looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on the name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains, why you stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, all in your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Yeah. I've been running a little late tonight. Isn't that amazing how that happens? No, I had stopped to go hang out with Kaiser Pineapple. Him and I were he's in Atlanta today. So we met up at a bar, had a few beers or more. And I was running late getting here. I blame Kaiser. Good to see you, everybody. Vice baby, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Oh man. Yes, it is that time. We've got more filings. Oh my gosh. They just can't resist, can they? It just as soon as I saw this come in, I was like, wow. Wow, really? They decided to file a motion. Now, I was supposed to be on Friday Night Live with Expert last night, and I was exhausted from my day, so I ended up sleeping through most of that, and then of course woke up a little bit late, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm here. I did show up eventually. My camera's a little bit off today. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Yes. Hello, Allie. How you doing? Good to see you. Yes. Blame Jeremy. I totally blame Jeremy. It's not his fault. I don't know. Yamaha does have a life outside of me, so we may see Yamaha. He does have an invite. No guarantees on that though. I mean, I'm not gonna force the man to do something he doesn't want to do. This was sort of spur of the moment. Yes, it is. It will be Easter by the time I finish tonight. Let's put it that way. So happy Easter to everybody. And I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful evening. I know that I'm having a good evening. Got to, like I said, got to meet up with Kaiser Pineapple tonight. We had a couple of drinks and just talked about life in general and some YouTube stuff and all that kind of stuff. How dare him have outside of your street? Oh, isn't that true? Isn't that true? People don't get that though. Like they really are just like, oh, he should be here. Why is he not here? Thank you for that. Happy Easter. I appreciate you. I wasn't meaning to skip over that. I'm a little off my game tonight. My game tonight. So bear with me. I do. I literally walked through the door and fired up the stream. So if I seem like I'm delaying, it's not that I'm delaying on purpose. It's not delaying on purpose. Thank you so much. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Am I going to be on tomorrow? Yes, I will be doing a Sunday Spice tomorrow. I'll probably set it up after I finish tonight. It looks like I will have the crew here tomorrow, and it will be on fire, as Sunday Spice always is. Continue on with the meat stories. I guess that's the best way to put it. Oh, we might have to change it to rabbits, though. I don't know if they sell those at the butcher shop, but maybe that would too soon. No, I don't know. It could be too soon. Oh my, let me get this pulled up here just a second. I wanted to make sure that I had all of my ducks in a row and make sure that I didn't show something that I wasn't supposed to. Nope, we got that one. That one's out of the way. All right. Hey, Shissy, happy Easter. Well, thank you. GMT 3:26 a.m. Well, it would be Easter for you, David, wouldn't it? It'd be Easter for you. Yes, it is a happy Easter weekend. I hope that everyone's spending a little time with doing what they want to do. Who is Yamaha? Yamaha is the man, Majo. Yeah, Yamaha is the man. I've missed so much. Been pretty sick now, trying to play catch up with everything. Mm, ketchup, I mean, it goes really good on hamburgers too. And maybe there's some hot dogs. It's your birthday? It is your birthday. 65? Well, Brenda, I've got something for you right here.
Oh my, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. It is your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. Happy birthday. Welcome to being 65. That's awesome. Yamaha will tell you a story or two. Yeah, Yamaha does tell stories. He is pretty awesome. You're bummed out that this will be the second Easter without seeing any of your grandkids. Sorry to hear that, Tammy. I mean, it's one of those Mojo Yamaha and the voice, the giggles. Yes, yes, it is a beautiful Saturday evening, and it was like I said, I saw this come in and I started to write a letter on it, and I wasn't able to get it finished last night. And my plan was to take a little bit of a rest before FNL with the expert. And what happened was I crashed out hard. I did not wake up until really late. And then by then it was like, well, I could do a stream or I could go on FNL. And so I went on FNL, and then it gave me a little bit of an extra time. So I spent a little time today to make sure you before you go tinkle, before you listen to Yamaha. Oh, I'm telling you, he will light you up. He will light you up. Whenever he gets going, he gets going, and he does not slack at all. I'm gonna see. Where is it? Yes. See if I can get that. And there we go. Where is it? I am such a slacker. Paste. There we go. And if you want. All right. Let's see here. let's get this. Let's go ahead and start out with the first part of this. So this was filed by Randy on behalf of Jeremy Hales on the 16th. Okay, it was a request for clerk's entry of default. Hey, how you doing, Patrick W? Thank you. As you go through the LMP JC filings, remember this quote: "I proofread over everything." Thank you, Patrick W. We're so hard to read. I mean, uh, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you. But damn, those giggles. Yeah. He kills me. I hope so. I hope that is the thing. It's supposed to be fun. So Randy filed this basically on the grounds that the default defendants have failed to appear, otherwise respond to the complaint with either the time prescribed by the federal rules of civil procedure or the time set forth by the court. For defendants to respond, declaration of Randall Shockett, which was the one we read yesterday, and on March 24th and on March 25th, defendants were served with the respective summons and copies of the complaint via personal service of process and substitute service via usually place of abode of process. And the way that that kind of service works is like, for example, and I'll just use this example: if you show up at someone's place and in their spouse is there, they you can still serve them via their spouse, as long as it's someone over 18. You wouldn't be able to serve it, to example, to the child and say, hey, give this to your mother. That doesn't work because you don't know what a child's going to do. Someone over 18, you can do that. You notate it and you send it on to them. Thanks, Georgie. I appreciate you. Happy Easter to you too. And so that's what was done. And there's also those proofs of service were documented, which I'm not going to read through those. They're just pretty standard boilerplate. Yes, they were served. On the file with the court reflecting defendants were served, the time allowed for the defendants to respond to the complaint has expired. Which that was also the declaration that he put in the paragraph 5. Neither plaintiff nor the court has granted the defaulting defendants an extension of time to respond to the complaint. Now, unlike David Helm, David Helm and so did Bubbles, had time to respond. They actually filed for an extension of time to be granted. Nor has any defaulting defendant requested the same. And he proves that also. Defaulting defendants have failed to answer or otherwise respond to the complaint or serve a copy of any answer or other response upon plaintiff's attorney of record. Plaintiff is informed and believes that none of the defaulting defendants could be considered infants, incompetent persons. Plaintiff is informed and believes that the Service Members Civil Relief Act does not reply, which means that they're not driving a tank somewhere in Afghanistan. Therefore, plaintiff hereby requests in default be entered against the defendants identified in Schedule A, and it was granted by the clerk. Okay, so what that means is the clerk receives this, and she forwards it on to the judge. The judge will look at the pleading and he will make a decision based on that. Now, what happened is on yesterday sometime during the day, they filed this, which was pursuant to FRCP 55C, defendant John Cook moves, and also the same thing was sent. Pursuant to FRCP 55C, defendant Michelle Preston moves to set aside default and ask for 21 days to please. Well, who are you going to please? From the date when the plaintiff files an amended complaint as required by the court's order, Doc 117. 117. In case you don't know, this is document 24. There is no document 117. Seems a little odd to me. Has good cause. I'm indignant and unrepresented. I am also being sued in another case. That doesn't matter in this case. So whenever you see something like this, it's not incompetent. That's a stretch, don't you think? Well, no. I mean, they're competent enough that they were able to respond, although be it late. So they've shown that they can respond. They just didn't because they wanted to play a silly game and delay and delay and delay. And with good cause. I'm also being sued in another case in this court by the same plaintiff. That doesn't matter. That right there does not matter. I am also being sued in another case by this court, the same plaintiff, which has most of the same allegations. No, these are completely different allegations. Max Labs, don't forget about the Randy. Doc Fed 1. Ooh, thank you, Max. I appreciate you. But the thing is if you look at document and the federal case of 1 has nothing to do with this case. So it wouldn't matter what they're quoting. If they're quoting something from another case, it is their mistake. Of course, they do come along here and they reference Doc 17. So there's a possibility that they just did it by error and filed it somewhere else, or who knows. I am also being sued in another case by this court, the same plaintiff, which has most of the same allegations, but they're not the same case. They're two different cases. Now, if you want to combine the two cases, that's something completely different. But you would have to, request that. Most likely the judge is going to say, no, these are two separate cases. You can deal with those on separate basis. But I don't know. I'm not the judge. He has also sued me in one of them here state courts in Ohio. That doesn't matter. Where is he suing her in a state court? If I'm not mistaken, in state court, the only thing that's happening in state court would be she went after him and what was it? Not the trespass, but the thumbnail case. Yeah. Where their attorney backed out, where their attorney decided to pull some fuckery. Yeah. And he's not suing her. He's requesting that the court, because here's the thing. You file something in a case and there might be attorney's fees. There might be filing fees. All of that kind of stuff. And if you're having to respond to somebody's pleading, you're not doing this pro se, you're doing this, as an attorney, then you're spending money. And if somebody is jumping out of the case and they just say, oh, well, my bad. Well, they bypass that amount of time. That time was gone. So yeah, that's something that's going to be granted to them. Those attorneys' fees will be granted to them. Here's the thing. Don't go suing somebody if you plan on backing out. BBB was incompetent funny. LP is ignorant funny. Both are judiciously dangerous. Thank you, Pat W. That is wonderful. Yes, I know exactly what you mean, because it is funny in a sense. Thank you so much. It is funny in a sense, but it's not funny, because every time that they pull this kind of crap, they're just making it a bigger burden that they're going to have to pay. Thank you. And then we also have, Angel, I appreciate you. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate that. They have opened the doors for Randy and Jeremy to include Ohio court in this and the findings. Isn't that odd how they would do something so silly? As the world turns. Do you think Jeremy really wanted to have that stuff added in there? I think Jeremy just wants them to stop. I mean, if you really, want to get to brass tacks, he wants them to stop being shitheads. That's what I would be looking for. It's like, how can I make these people stop being shitheads and stop talking crap about me and stop giving me a hard time? What do I need to do to get them to stop defaming me? They don't want to stop. They will continue and continue and continue and continue. They were trying to destroy his business. He said this time and time again. Stop messing with my business. If you've got problems and personal issues, you can hate me, you can love me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But whenever you start calling on other people to destroy my damn businesses, I'm going to punch back. It's just so aggravating. Yes, thank you. But I agree, Angel. They have included the Ohio court in this and the findings. I know. And these idiots have no sense of self-preservation. Well, because to them it's a game. That, and you'll see this a lot with those hate channels. To them it is a game. It's a lot of smack talking with nothing to back it up. That's the problem. And whenever somebody actually stands up to them and stops them from bullying them, then most definitely they get all upset and they get worked up, and it becomes a pity party. It's a grift, because the next grift that they're going to be running is, we need to raise money to pay for so and so's legal fees. How can you claim indignant or whatever the hell she's wanting to say that she is, and then still continue to raise money? Oh, but she's not raising the money. Well, then tell me who is. Because if you're saying that you got somebody else handling your money, well, then they're involved in this also. And guess what? If that money disappears out of their accounts, because all those accounts will be called into question, guess what? You're going to get your ass hammered to the wall, because they'll start looking at how much was coming in, how much was going out, where it was being spent. And yes, you can try to hide that stuff, but guess what? That's not going to work. All that stuff gets called into question. These fools are playing a game that they have no idea how deep it goes. Oh, it doesn't sound as appetizing when the Toothless Wonder is talking about it. Doesn't it sound as appetizing? As appetizing. Sorry. He is also suing me in state court in Ohio, where I have never been. And that would be untrue. You have been in Ohio court. So right there, you're telling a lie, because you have been in Ohio court, because that's how he got a protective order against you, was in Ohio court, because you stalked him to Ohio court, because you reached out to the mayor of his town. You stalked him there. You moron. He has targeted me and my daughter. No, he hasn't. That is the furthest from the truth. He has not targeted your daughter. He has not targeted you. He has tried to prevent you from coming after him and ruining his business, and you still can't stop. I was served because on YouTube. YouTube is nothing. It's not the real world. But you defamed him, and then you spread that on YouTube. That right there is going to cause you problems since May of 2023, but you've been stalking him for longer than that. I lost track of the date I was served because I was trying to care for my child. That's not an excuse. I have a summons here somewhere that calls me in for jury duty. That jury duty I have to respond to. It doesn't absolve me from responding to it. If I choose not to respond to it, then I take full responsibility and will suffer punishment for that. But it's my responsibility to respond to that. If I receive a item in the mail from the court, or I have a sheriff show up my damn house and hand me documents telling me that I need to do X, Y, or Z, first thing I'm going to do is read over the documents, see what they are, and if I feel that I need to respond, I'll respond. You don't do the dumb crap that you did, play the stupid game that you're playing. But oh no, you decided we're just going to play ping pong over here and just ignore it because we're too busy raising our daughter. Really. That's your excuse. That's a pretty piss poor excuse. I'm sure the judge is going to look at that and go, yeah, that's not an excuse. This lawsuit is to fill YouTube stories. No, this lawsuit is for you defaming somebody, you moron. About me as a character. A character. You put yourself there in that position. You wanted to become a character. You wanted people to notice you. Yes? Whenever you put yourself out there, you became noticed. Whenever you jump and slap your happy face on a camera accusing your ex-husband of pulling out a pew-pew, whenever you post Facebook posts, accusing your ex-husband of doing things to your daughter, you've made yourself a public figure. Whenever you raise money on a GoFundMe to take care of your daughter, whenever you run for an election, all of those things, you've put yourself into the public, into the spotlight, you egotistical moron. This will be shown defense the claims of this case. I asked for 21 days to file a response once the amended complaint is filed because responding to the existing complaint would seem pointless since a new one is to be filed in the near future, according to Doc 17. No, it is not pointless. Nothing is pointless. You were given a certain amount of time. It says right there on the document how long you have to do this. You are told to do X, Y, or Z. If you don't do X, Y, or Z, then you face repercussions of you not doing X, Y, or Z. It doesn't matter about your attorney. It doesn't matter if you were trying to raise your child. You were given a deadline to do it. If you didn't do it, that's on you. If your attorney didn't do it, that's on him. And boils down to that being on you. And you still screwed it up. You still screwed it up. It's like saying your actions have consequences. Isn't it weird how that works, James? Those actions have some weird kind of consequences. I mean, slap me silly, but maybe Natty would help you is going to go on the amend complaint from Randy on MLS, nothing to do with the other defendants. Yeah. And if she's talking about document 17, well, maybe if she paid any attention to it, it says presently before the order is David Helm's motion for a more definitive statement. Plaintiff has no opposition to the motion. According to the aggrieved parties, they ordered that defendant David Helm for a more definitive statement as to counts right here is granted. Plaintiff must file an amended complaint within 21 days of the date of this order. Well, imagine that. So let's see, when was this order placed? This was on the 9th. So you're saying the 30th. By the end of the month, he has to have an amendment to this. But where in this does it say anything about any of the other defendants? I only see one person, David Helm's motion for one person. Weird how that freaking works, isn't it? Isn't that weird how that particular one worked out? It says David Helm's motion for a more definitive statement as to count 6, 12, and 13 are granted. Where does it say anything about any motion that was made by any other party? Looks to me like this was only David Helm that filed anything. Well, no, that would be untrue. Because guess what? There was somebody else that filed something. Who else? Who else filed something? Could it be that there was somebody else that might have filed something? I'm just trying. I'm wondering who in the world would have filed something. Could it have been there was somebody else there that filed any sort of document? No, maybe. Yeah, wasn't there another filing by another attorney? I'm pretty sure. I'm looking through this, and I'm going to say that was. I'm going to say that there was a another person that filed something. Hmm. Ooh, look who filed right here. Consented to request for an extension to answer, otherwise plead pursuant defendant Bruce Mack and request an extension of time 30 days to answer. Wow. Do you see anybody else's name on there? Huh. The only person that is requesting here is Ducey. Wow, he really cared about his clients a whole lot. He didn't even file on behalf of them. Why? Why would he not file in behalf of his clients? Because they're not his clients. In that case, they are not his clients. Isn't that weird? You know, that he doesn't represent them in this. Why wouldn't he represent them in this and not the other one? Because he didn't ask for pro hoc vice on it. Weird how that works, isn't it? There was no request made by him for them, yet he knew the whole time that they could do it. Talk about like giving them a little pounding, huh? Hmm? Weird, isn't it? Weird that you know he's the only one that actually responded. Him and David Helm were the only two that responded. There's that shizzy guy. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Coop? Good to see you. Yeah, it's surprising to me that wow, and he hasn't even been granted that yet. If I'm not mistaken, I'm looking through these documents here, and I'm not seeing where he's been granted that. No, no, I'm pretty much seeing nothing that's been granted by Ducey there, or maybe I'm just missing it somewhere along the way. I mean, he wrote an order for the judge to sign, but the judge didn't sign off on it, so he knew about this, but he wasn't going to tell them. Why? Why wouldn't he tell them? Talking Flea says she never said she was LP's PR. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was. She said it multiple times. And, you know, now she knows that she's got to back off from it because she's got her ass in a sling. So, yeah, there's plenty of proof of that. And she said that she's doing all of this strictly for Lynette multiple times. And she said that she was doing it for just the child multiple times. And she said she's doing this just for Bruce multiple times. She said she was part of the legal time multiple times. You know, here's the thing. If her lips are moving, then brain cells are dying. That's all I have to say about that. But of course, the judge, the clerk, had this to say right here. Clerk's entry of default upon that application, well, your happy ass is in default. And of course, you know, here you have another one, and this one is by Michelle Preston, and this one here is by John Cook. Oh, please, 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 as good cause. I'm indigent, unrepresented. I am also being sued in another cases, same allegations. He, who's he? He is also suing me in state court and in Ohio, where I have never been. You have been in Ohio. Yeah, you've been in the state court in Ohio. He has protective order that he weaponizes in Florida to get me held in contempt in Ohio. No. Here's the thing. He didn't lose his right to go left, to go right, to go into a place, to go out of a place. That was you. Both you and John lost your right to be around him. If he's walking into a building, you can't be there. Take signatures on documents for LP. I don't need to. I don't need to. He has also targeted me and my daughter. now in age 5 on YouTube since May of 2023. I lost track of the date I was served because I was trying to care for my child while all of this was going. I'm sorry, Mr. Deadline, because I'm not ignoring this or trying to respond. Whereas, of course, his is saying that he's targeting me on YouTube. I'm trying to care for my partner. Partner? She's your partner? Those aren't colons in the... Thank you, Buck Naked. Well, that makes sense. Those are turtle tracks. No, that is a small child running very fast to get away from this place as quickly as possible. In the torture and the pain. Thank you so much, Big Naked, right there. Appreciate ya. John Baker, I appreciate you. You're on SSI. Can't afford to pay much attention, much less own land and a Jeep. Well, some people are wise with their money and some people are not. I am not on any sort of disability that I know of, but I know a few people that are on disability. They seem to be able to take care of themselves just fine. Of course, they also don't get themselves into a freaking lawsuit over ridiculous shit. Hey, Rogue Mama, I screen recorded some of the comment threads. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jesse, look at the top. It doesn't show Gainesville. Look at the top. It doesn't show Gainesville, just like Bruce doesn't show it. Well, that doesn't matter. In all actuality, that really doesn't matter. It's still the Northern District of Florida. That's just an extra step that they could have put in there, but they didn't. Rubber suit, it's deeper than boats. He also, I've never been. I'd lost track of the date because I was served. I'm trying to care for my partner's child. And this one here is like, I'm trying to care for my child while all of this is going on. I'm sorry, Deadline, because I'm not ignoring this or trying to avoid responding. Well, it looks like you are. Even though you can say, well, I'm not trying to. False statements will get you in all kinds of problems. This lawsuit is to fill YouTube stories using me as a character in litigation to generate content. This would be shown in defense of the claims in this case. Well, you lost your chance. You defaulted. You felt it necessary not to respond, you silly nincompoop. I asked for 21 days to file a response once the amended complaint is filed because responding to the existing complaint would seem pointless. No. You can say this as many times as you want to, as many filings you want to. It is not pointless. What is pointless is you not responding in a timely fashion. I don't think the judge is going to take too kindly to this because you seem to have no problem doing this on another one. You seem to remember to show up for certain live streams so you can get your happy little booger hooks all over the keyboard and start talking trash about people. You seem to have no problem remembering that, but you can't remember something as simple as like, you have to have this filed by a certain date. That's not my problem. New law firm, polyflop, polytwat, attorneys at law. Polymop, polyflop, and polytwat, attorneys at law. That's pretty good. I like that. You are correct, CJ. I heard it with my own ears. I hope the judge throws the book at all these crazy people. Well, the judge doesn't have to throw any book at them. All he has to do is follow the law. That's as simple as that. If the judge applies the law equally as he should, equally and fairly, then this kind of crap will be handled properly. That's all it takes. That's all it takes is the judge say, no. That's not how this works. You don't get a free pass. You don't get anything free from me at all. Well, I know I don't have the voice of the God, but I will, or the voice of the gods, but I will say that I do have a very hard helmet.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
An open letter to the pea-leading rejects of Otter Creek. Your motion to pretend deadlines don't apply to dumb people. Well, dear Michelle and John, you've done it. You submitted what might be the most unintentionally hilarious legal document since sovereign citizens started quoting maritime law in traffic court. Let's not pretend and waste pleasantries. You defaulted. The clerk entered it. You knew it. The deadline came and went, and your happy ass didn't answer. You didn't show up, and now, in the proud tradition of bad litigants everywhere, you cobbled together a last-minute sob story and slapped the wrong rule on top like it's a golden ticket. Well, it's not. It's a duct tape on a dumpster fire, and you lit the match. You don't have attorneys anymore, but there's a reason for that. Your filings claim this lawsuit is to fill YouTube stories using me as a character? Well, thank you for the confirmation and for entering that narrative into the record, dumbass. The plaintiff argued in exhaustive detail in 57 pages you should have read by now. You've had plenty of time. That you're part of an ecosystem of manufactured drama, harassment, defamatory content, and now you both provided written affidavits echoing that same thing. Outstanding. You just validated half of the complaint's central allegations. Your former lawyer, Bubbles, already told the court in no uncertain terms that you fired him. Why? Because apparently even Bubbles, who is allergic to rules, allergic to appearances, and allergic to court dates, realized he couldn't keep propping up the dumpster fire without becoming a permanent fixture on Judge Belitho's sanction calendar. According to the other case, you discharged him. You pushed away the only person barely willing to pretend to represent you in public. And it wasn't subtle, it wasn't cordial. You tossed him like an expired mayonnaise, and now you're showing up pro se, waving around your pea-leaf papers like you're still entitled to court leniency. And now you expect the court to hold your pretty little hand because you forgot to have the calendar and had too many distractions running your knockoff hate group on Facebook? No. This is not the judge's problem. It's the plaintiff's problem. This is you reaping the full harvest of your own sabotage. Request time to pea-lead. Let's just stop there. Not only did you invent a new spelling for request, but you birthed a whole new form of legal advocacy. Pea-leading. What is that? What even is that? A typo? A cry for help? An homage to the sound you make when you realize the default's been entered and you have no actual defenses? Instead, you gave the court a rambling pity parade about Ohio state court cases, YouTube trauma, and of course, your inability to function as adults when served with legal documents. Here's a random thought. If you can't spell the relief you're begging for, you probably shouldn't get it. But spelling aside, and that's being generous, let's talk content, because buried under all your teardrops and toddler excuses is a steaming pile of procedural sewage. You do what all lazy, cornered grifters do. You start flinging random life events at the court like it's your Facebook wall. And the only people that are listening and give a shit are a couple of jacked up tooth marble gargling YouTubers that are being sued right alongside you. Michelle, you drag in your daughter, your indigenous, and your estate court case that isn't part of this record. John, you rattle off Ohio contempt orders in your caregiving responsibilities like you're auditioning for a Lifetime original movie. But none of that excuses what this actually is. A desperate ploy to undo the consequences you earned through inaction and incompetence. Let's be clear, you weren't confused, you weren't ambushed, you weren't tricked by some complex procedural trap. You got served and didn't do shit. Then after default was entered, you suddenly discovered your inner legal scholar and asked the court to hit pause on everything until an amended complaint arrives. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is wondering if adulting is a concept that only applies to people with calendars and functioning frontal lobes. Well, let's not pretend this is a procedural misstep. No. This calculated neglect, now dressed up in little crocodile tears loosely stapled together with unearned victimhood. You claim you lost track of time. Well, that's not an excuse. That's an insult to every other defendant in the system who managed to answer without a personalized sob story and a Word doc of grievances. More on This Isn't YouTube. You don't get to reshoot the scene. Let's not overlook the gall it takes to accuse the plaintiff of creating YouTube stories using you as a character. You did this when you defamed Jeremy. And while your filings read like a rejected true crime script, you don't get to default on a federal complaint and then waltz in with a conspiracy monologue about content monetization as if you're cracked at the Da Vinci Code. You're not whistleblowers. You're not victims. You're just people who don't follow the rules and now want a free pass yet again. You're not characters, you're cautionary tales. You're the real-life embodiment of what happens when incompetence meets arrogance and decides to file a motion at 11:59 p.m. on the last train to Irrelevantville. This court isn't your audience. It's not your live stream. You don't get to monologue through federal deadlines like they're commercial breaks, and yet here you are typing out this tragic fan fiction like the judge is going to toss out the federal rules because you had a bad week and a Wi-Fi connection. These motions aren't motions. They're grievance manifestos. You reference protective orders from other states, other cases in other jurisdictions, and wildly unrelated personal hardship, none of which explain your failure to timely answer this complaint in this court under this case number. You do not understand procedure, deadlines, jurisdiction, or the concept of consequences. You have single-handedly turned pro se into a punchline, and you're too busy crying about YouTube to notice that the court clock doesn't run on your trauma timeline. This isn't your personal pity page. This isn't your personal Facebook page. This is federal litigation, and you are defaulted rightfully, gloriously, permanently if justice has even half the spine you clearly lack. Again, let's discuss your complete disregard of relevance. You even reference Doc 117 as if it supports your delay. What in the holy hell? There are not even that many filings in this case, dumbass. Doc 117, am I missing something? Unless you're a time traveler or high on your own poop soup, there is no Doc 117. You are literally asking the court to give you time to respond to a document that doesn't exist. That's not a legal argument. That's a court-sanctioned hallucination. While we're at it, let's give a slow clap for your inspired legal analysis. Responding to the existing complaint would seem pointless since a new one is to be filed. Oh, really? So now you get to decide what's pointless in a federal lawsuit. Let me know where the federal rule says that defendants may ignore complaints if they feel a sequel is coming. This isn't a Marvel movie, moron. You don't get to set out the original story because you're holding out for the director's cut. You want 21 more days? You should have used the first 21. Instead, you spent them doing what you always do, creating a victim, blaming everybody else, and hoping no one notices you're as useless as a courtroom as you are raising any living creature. The court prints your P leading and frames it not as a legal filing, but as a reminder of what happens when you confuse your internet soap opera with the federal judge's docket. So when the order denying your motion drops, and it will, don't blame YouTube. Don't blame Jeremy. Don't blame your 5-year-old. Look in the mirror. That's the only party that filed late, fired counsel, and then showed their happy ass up with nothing but a victim complex and a list of irrelevant sob stories. And sincerely, Shizzy Wiznut, not impressed, not remotely sympathetic, buckling up my helmet for a short bus ride to watch this shit show unfold. Thank you so very much.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy Wiznut.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, one rad tech, Doc 117. No, that would be correct either. I don't, there is a 117 in another federal case, but if she's referencing another case, it wouldn't be appropriate in here. And that document bears no relevance on this case whatsoever. So it wouldn't matter what she's referencing, because if you look at that, it's some sort of sanctions ruling or hearing that they're wanting. It has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. I mean, not even the filing in there is asking for time to respond. I think that was just a typing error. I mean, maybe she's trying to channel her inner time traveling abilities. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I do have another one. Oh yeah, there's going to be one more. I think this is the letter that Snoop Dogg read. That would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Do we need a violin for this one? No, we just need to. Dear Judge, I don't know how to write anything for the courts as an attorney would, as I am not an attorney, so please forgive me. John Cook and I applied to the courts at the onset of this case for court-appointed counsel, and it was determined at that time that this was not a complex case. What? Really? At the onset of this case? What case? I'm pretty sure at the onset of this case, you didn't file a single fucking thing. Pardon my language. But I'm pretty damn sure that I can go through all of these documents and you did not file one single thing at the onset of this case. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Did I miss something? Not this case. Because had you filed something in this case, then, well, you wouldn't be in the position you are now, and that would be being in default. Weird how that works, isn't it? Is that weird? Ralston Duke made it. That'd be awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Ralston made it for you. Ooh, very cool. She ought to say, Judge, I can't find Eden an attorney to defend the guilty. I'm reading what she has here. And no, you filed nothing. I don't know how to write anything for the courts. No, really. If you're saying you don't know how to write anything for the courts, well, why don't we just take a look and see if she knows how to write anything for the courts? Well, wait. Are you saying John knows how to write things for the court? Let's see. Let's look at document number 5. It seems like you're pretty freaking competent right here. Amazing. I'm looking right here. Look, it was even signed by John Cook. Wow, he's got all kinds of wonderful language in here. Look at this. Amazing how that works. Look at that wonderful writing. Oh my gosh. Isn't that amazing? Did all of a sudden stupid hit him? Is that what happened? Stupid hit him? I'm just beginning to wonder, because it looks to me like John Cook is saying, I do not know how to write anything for the courts as an attorney. What's this, John? John, you are amazing. You are amazing. Scammers get stuck in their booby traps. I like boobies. They are a trap. I agree. I could get stuck in booby traps all day long. I don't know if they have his voice. Oh my gosh. I mean, come on, look at this. You're telling me that this beautifully crafted document that cites right here, look, Federal Rule Civil Procedure B1. He's got another federal court should inquire as to whether subject matter. Look at that. Oh my gosh. John, look at this beautiful writing. Third, the complainant. Oh my gosh, they're actually even responding to this in a timely manner. What happened? Did you step into an ugly stick or something? What happened? What happened from here that you, oh my gosh, I am amazed. John, you walked into stupid. Oh my gosh, you must have been drinking too much of the water. That is exactly what had to happen. You drank too much of the fucking water in Otter Creek and it made you stupid. That's what happened. Because the stupid tree fell, something stupid fell on him. I have no idea because he went from having, a signature right there because there's no federal question, no diversity. He's got all kinds of like legal citations in here. John, did you fall down and hit your widow head? Because you went from like being able to craft these wonderful documents to being stupid. What the hell? I am amazed. John, we need to sit down and have a talk because whatever the fuck you're drinking, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Oh, jeez. And the worst part about this is John Cook and I applied to the courts. Wait, what? John Cook? This is Lynette and John Cook. Oh, at the onset of this court case for a court-appointed counsel was determined at the time that this was not a complex case. No, there was more to it. If I'm not mistaken, what the judge said, he had a little bit more to say than that. If I'm not mistaken, that even Lynette, oh my gosh, she's a freaking genius. She was on top of it. Oh, so on top of it. Oh my gosh, look at this. And then they even cited this. Look at this. Oh my God. They had citations. They went from fucking genius to just stupid. Tell me it's not so. Tell me oh, wait. Oh no, the judge, he said, defendants proceeding pro se have moved for the appointment of counsel on this case. In their motions, defendants claim they are unable to afford counsel. It is well established that a civil litigant has no absolute constitutional right to the appointment of counsel. Appointment of counsel is a privilege that justifies only by exceptional circumstances. The 11th Circuit has instructed courts to consider the following factors when deciding if exceptional circumstances exist: the type of complexity of the case, whether the indigent is capable of adequately presenting his case, whether the indigent is in a position to adequately investigate the case, and whether the evidence will consist of a large part of conflicting testimonies to require skill in presentation of evidence at cross-examination. Well, it seems to me that defense present no exceptional circumstances that warrant the appointment of counsel at this time. Nowhere in there does it say anything about what you're asserting. Look at this. You wrote this all by yourself, because no way in hell would anybody ever write this for you, because that would be against the law. They would never do something like that. That would probably get them sanctioned, wouldn't it? They've got your signature here. You're saying that you wrote all of this stuff, that you did all of this. So are you lying then or are you lying now? Curious. It really sucks when you get your hand stuck in the cookie jar, doesn't it? Really sucks for you. I would feel bad, but no, I really don't. So how did you go from smart to stupid? Because, if I were the judge and saw that, I would say, no, it's determined that you're well capable of it, as you've proven before, because of that finely crafted message. And nowhere in there does it say anything about, because this is not a complex case. So that was part of it, but read the whole thing. I know you're capable of reading. You couldn't read the whole thing. Plaintiff's complaint asserts that claims under Florida state law, including defamation, civil remedies, blah, 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 all your claims. And Where in here? What does it say? Huh. They've not provided any information establishing this case will involve conflicting testimony that require cross-examination by a skilled lawyer. So even an idiot could do this. For the reasons defendants' motions for appointment of counsel be denied. And the circumstances changed in the future, defendants believe such a change won't. Is that what happened? The stupid tree fell on you along with the ugly tree? I'm just curious. Maybe that's what happened. Well, who else will have their bar license up for Mania tonight and tomorrow? WrestleMania, perjury. Yeah, wait, they went from being like these brilliant. I mean, you're telling me that you can cite all of this kind of stuff, like you did your homework. Oh my God! I mean, I'm mesmerized by how intelligent you are. Look at this; it's even signed by you. Like you signed off on this document saying the correction being filed due to false suggestion in the opposition of fabricating opinion which does not exist, which is being disseminated on YouTube to hundreds of thousands. What? What do you mean? Are you saying that you wrote this? Are you saying that you're not capable of writing it because you can't write anything for the cards? I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, and I love you, Jenny. But I truly believe now that your honor can clearly see this is far more than a complex case. No, it's a pretty simple case. I'd say it's pretty simple. And we just know that we as just normal everyday people, we be everyday people. Everyday people. Everyday people who are being falsely accused of actions we absolutely and adamantly deny. Well, it doesn't matter. You haven't proven that. That's what the court of law is for. Cry me. She fell down the well and hit her head. I don't know. It was for the use on YouTube videos. Who's actually raising money on YouTube? I can guarantee I'm not running any fundraisers that I know of. I mean, if you guys are throwing money at me, it's for me. I'm not giving that shit to nobody. That's coming to me. Just saying. I mean, but of course, I'm not having to run a grift. I'm happy in my place in life. I'm happy with what I do. I enjoy it. And if you guys feel like doing it, now's the time. Boo-hoo. I mean, but I don't need it. That's what I'm saying. It was like, I'm not begging for this. We are not in any way capable of defending ourselves against Mr. Hales and his attorney. What do you mean? Defend yourselves. By not answering at all, by ignoring it, thinking it'll go away, defame somebody else. I just need, can we just make this go away? How about you pay me some money, it will just go away? Hey, that's not how it works. And we are not in any way capable of defending ourselves against Mr. Hales and his attorney. No, you're more than capable. I mean, you've proven it right here. Look at, I mean, the judge agreed right here. Position to adequately investigate themselves. Look, right here. Says it right here. Defendants present no exceptional circumstances. Plaintiff's complaint asserts claims under Florida state law, including defamation, civil remedies for criminal practice, and tortious interference with business relationships. Looking to the factors above, this is not complex. It involves relatively small number of potential witnesses. It should not require the examination and analysis of large quantities of documents. Additionally, at this stage, plaintiff's legal claims appear relatively straightforward, do not involve novel or particularly sophisticated legal theories. Furthermore, the pleadings thus far by the plaintiff, right there, they can communicate their allegations as well as that of an average pro se litigant. There's no reason to believe defendants are not in a position to adequately investigate this case themselves. So what happened? Did you go stupid? All of a sudden, now I'm not smart. You can't play dumb now. You can't play dumb now. It doesn't work that way. See, playing dumb didn't work. It would have worked for you maybe the first time, maybe. I doubt it. But look, now did you also get stupid? Did you fall down the stupid well? Fell down, hit your widow head? Both of you at the same time? Stuck in a well? I don't know. You tell me. They accused the actions we absolutely adamantly deny for use on YouTube. What? Who's making money off of YouTube? Really, who's making money off of YouTube? And off of you? Because I'm not making any money off of you. I'm making money off of reporting on you and talking about you, describing the situation, the predicament you put yourself in. It's called news. You became a public figure. That's how this works. Our humiliation. Now, your humiliation is brought upon by your own stupidity. It's called the Darwin Awards. You know, you've ever seen the Darwin Awards? Someone does something really, life-altering. Yeah, this is what you did. You qualify for him. And the destructions of our lives for his monetary gain. No, there was none of that. See, you're trying to misdirect what it was about. It was about you stalking him for monetary gain and then defaming him whenever he didn't pay you, and then continuing to defame him whenever he continued not to pay you, and then continued to do it even to this day. Yeah. You think it stops? There will be a trial. Too many many witnesses to include experts. Really? Really? Many witnesses include experts. So you did read his pleading. You did read what the judge said. Because right here, the judge says, defendants are not in a position to adequately investigate this case themselves. So you can investigate every single bit of this yourself. It's pretty straightforward. On the other case, it was pretty straightforward until somebody mucked it all up. Maybe you want to talk to that guy you fired. Remember that guy you fired? That attorney you fired? Yeah, that guy you fired. Yeah. Yeah, you can't fire somebody and then say, oh no, it was a mutual leaving. No, you still fired him. That's what he filed. He filed, I was fired. My client's done fired me. That's what it is. That's what that pleading means. He said, you fired me. Where to where? Well, we are not in any way capable of defending ourselves against Mr. Hales. There will be a trial and many witnesses. Will there? Has the judge said there will be a trial? Has the judge set a date? I don't think the judge set a date in this case. I'm pretty sure he didn't. Many witnesses include experts. Oh, many exceptional circumstances that your honor could not have seen before now, and we are not able to deal with this as attorneys for ourselves. No, you're pretty capable. We are also caring for a disabled daughter with special medical needs that is alone is a 24/7 job for us. Really? 24/7 job? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't leave her with other people at all. That way the child can't talk. Maybe you shouldn't have had BBB draft your filings before you. No, he would never do such a thing. Never. SF, never. That would never happen. BB would never do something because that would be illegal. This was written all by them. He would never do such a thing. That would be criminal. He could never do such a thing. That would be illegal. He knows this. He would never file on their behalf. He would never do that. He would never write something for somebody that was not his client. He never did that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Ask him. He'll tell you. He never drafted that. That was all John Cook. That was all John Cook, Michelle Preston, Lynette Preston. She is the one that signed this. She is the one that did this. Nowhere on this document do you say representing this person. This was them that did this. They fell down the stupid tree on the way to the wall. Maybe you shouldn't have had BB drafted before the judge should have thought you can make legal sound filings. I know, isn't it weird how that works? Liar, liar, pants on fire. They fell down into the stupid well together. Oh, and too many exceptional circumstances that Your Honor could not have seen. We looked for counsel near us, and we were unable to afford to pay for an attorney, and the only person who stood up was Mr. Manskin from Boston. And he was threatened and harassed. And his wife was, as he feared, coming here to Florida, and the expense of out of pocket was way too much of a hardship for him and his family. So we fired him. But that's not what you told the judge. That's not what he told the judge. He told the judge that you let him go. That's what he told the judge. Yeah. You fired him. Is there anything wrong with that child? Metabolic disorder. 24/7. We have to take care of 24/7. So to be able to fairly defend ourselves from all the lies and false allegations against us. I emailed Mr. Shockey yesterday. He did not respond to my email because he can't, you dumbass. He can't respond to your email. It's not for him to respond to your email. See, you have to understand. He can't respond to your email. Your attorney, if you ain't have a brain, would have told you this. Because he's supposed to hand over all the documents that he has. Everything. Everything. Did he do that? Did he put together everything that he's got for you? So you can continue on. You can give this to another attorney. Are you saying no other attorney is going to touch this case with a 10-foot pole because you can't afford it? You mean nobody's wanting to come in there and jump in and make a name for themselves? Because I remember that Bubbles was all about, getting his name out there. He really wanted his name out there. Oh, so much that he came pissing up my tree. I mean, do I need to go back to the first emails that he sent to me? Telling me how I needed to do things? I told him to go F off on no uncertain terms. Does anybody tell me how to run my channel? That no, I wasn't going to have him on to talk about it. That I wasn't even following this case, but yet he continued on with it. He decided he was going to continue pestering me. This is the response that you get for this kind of shit. I was just happy over in my own neck of the woods, covering things that I enjoyed covering. And then you come pissing up my tree and you say, why aren't you covering it the way I want to? And then you get all upset whenever I do. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? I don't understand. You want it, you don't want it, you say yes, but you mean no, and you say yes, and I don't understand. So, Your Honor, here we are asking for the courts to appoint as each attorney so we can be able to fairly defend ourselves from all the lies and the false allegations against us. I emailed Mr. Shockey yesterday. He didn't respond to my email. Well, because he can't, stupid. And I'm sure this behavior will continue from them. Who's them? What's them? Who's them? Who's them? What is them? Randy is an attorney defending his client. His client is suing you. Why is he suing you? What happened? False allegations. Well, that's what a trial is for. See, this is a separate case. See, here's the thing that you didn't understand whenever you decided to go attack somebody. Whenever you decided that, oh, I'm going to raise all these people to start going after someone I don't like, is they said, you're not going to bully me. You're not going to tell me how to run my channel. You're not going to tell me how to run my business. You're not going to tell me what I can or can't do. And he said, no. Really simple, said no. And what did you do? You decided you were going to go attack him anyway. And he told you to stop. And you didn't stop. You kept doing it. And now you're going, I don't understand. I'm so, why is he picking on me? He's not picking on you. He told you to stop. He told you there would be repercussions. And you moron, you didn't listen. You continued on. I mean, in what world do you think you can get away with that kind of shit? I guess in your own twisted little universe, you're just happy doing whatever the fuck you want to do and thinking, oh, I have the right to do that. No, you don't. The last 2 years plus of court actions being stalked by Mr. Hales. No, you are the one that has restraining order against you. He does not have a restraining order against him. Remember? Because you were right there in court. You were ready to move forward. And guess what? You dropped the charges. It was a mutual thing. We don't know what happened in that because it didn't happen behind closed doors, but we know that that case went away. He and his friends and his fans of Coast Ball, John and I and your 5-year-old John, caused both John and I and my 5-year-old John. John helps me care for so much anxiety. Oh, it must be through the roof, right? Your anxiety is through the roof. We are all going to get counseling. How can you afford counseling if you can't afford an attorney? Get an attorney. Take that money and get an attorney. Take that money oh, wait, that's right. But you don't have the money because somebody else has it in their bank account on your behalf. And they'll only give it to you whenever you really need it. Isn't that weird how that works? Maybe you shouldn't be begging the court. Maybe you should go begging Lisa or any of the other people that were raising money for you. Go talk to them. Yeah, might be a good idea. Say, how about you give me my money so I can get an attorney? It's weird how that works. Sorry to say, Shizzy, but half the damn country are these types of entitled. It's yeah. I have combined this as a letter for both us, as John cannot write like this and does not have the means to do so. You mean like this? But you had this beautifully crafted. I mean, you filed this in April of 2024, April 1st, 2024 at 12:25. You filed this with the court. Are you telling me that you're incapable of doing this again? I mean, the amount of stupidity trees that you ran into. I mean, what did you do? Eat too much like rotten turtles? I don't know. A year ago, I mean, stupidity hit you really fast. This must be the royal flush. I guess so. What a royal flush it is. She was talking about counseling back with Judge Grudge. Of course. Has she done that yet? No, of course not. What is another grift? Let me raise some more money. We're going to help her get some counseling. Maybe we'll take her on a cruise after this. My God. No. That's not how this works. You done messed up. I mean, look at this beautiful writing. I don't understand what happened. Can you explain it to me, Lynette, in your own words? Like, not just that, but here, look at this. This is so done. You even signed it with your own signature. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh, look, you even signed an affidavit. I am the named defendant in this action. I can attest that you did this. Oh, Mr. has been living in Otter Creek, Florida for the last 6 months prior to this affidavit. He's been absent only a few days. I know this from seeing his YouTube videos. He's also seen around town. Oh, so you do watch his video. Look. You even certified that you sent it to Randy. I mean, you did everything. So legal. Isn't that amazing? Jeez. And I mean, and not only one, but two. Look at that. Did you even certify that you sent it? Oh, look, on April 1st. So in March and April, you were doing just fine. My God. You could file this with such beautiful language, and then all of a sudden you fell down the stupid tree and it hit you like a ton of like safety helmets. You were like, I have become indigent and cannot write. No, no, I'm not smart. No, keep it out of my face. The smartness must go away. Slick stitches. They all know she's full of shart. Come on. What happened? You're telling me that you all of a sudden went stupid? I don't believe that for a second. You can't just go stupid overnight. Tug brought receipts. That BBB admitted delaying this for 5 months. No, not him. He would never do such a thing. JJ and Papa, he would never do such a thing. He's not a bad guy. He's just bullied around on YouTube so much. I mean, he's the one that's got a law degree. Jeez, I'm just an idiot that wears safety gear and, and Velcro shoes. Of course, I'm not wearing any shoes tonight. That way I can tie my toes instead of the Velcro. It works better. Come on, Shizzy. It's the water in Otter Creek. I'm way too late. Catching up on 2 times. So that's all right. So the Red Sox girl. I just find it amazing that I always thought that they were just wonderful, wonderful writers of this stuff. I mean, did you not see the binder they showed up with Judge Grudge? I mean, it was a binder full of pictures and documents and proof. The same proof that they could use in this court case, and they can't provide any of it. What happened to all that proof? All the messages, the email videos, everything is right there. And what happened? Did it go away? What about all those emails? What about all that discovery that was supposed to be done by your attorney? Did he tell you that you had to hand that stuff over? And you said, I am too busy taking care of my child. I can't hand it over. I'm not smart. I'm indignant. I know. They will under extraneous circumstances, but it is shown right here that they're completely capable of filing a case properly. They just didn't do it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Can't even download a doc and stream it. reading it. She knows the law. Well, of course, she knows the law. She knows the law. She's so smart. They'll be served to keep personal out of the file as a safe defense in front of the jury. But oh yeah, LMOP who learned from BBB. Oh yes, so smart, so capable. I wish we could do the same. Wish I was as smart as them. I told you I'm a midwit. Someone just yes. I'm sure they will. Someone just gifted Fleesa 100 tears for sure to follow. I had the binder. I didn't have the binder. I had the binder. I don't have the binder. My mother died. My mother didn't die. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Indignant. I don't know. I can't read. Oh, they get 10% of what they collect. And ChatGPT did it for him. Binder didn't die. No, this was all written by them. They verified that they wrote this. They signed off on it. Yeah, they signed off on this. This was them. They even certified it. Yeah, this was all them. The judge knows right here that they are completely capable. See, you have to remember what happens on YouTube and what happens in the court are two separate things. And what the court sees is they filed this right here. This was the document they filed. They are completely capable. They are completely capable of filing properly in this court case. So whenever they're filing stuff like this, the judge is saying defendants are not in a position to adequately investigate themselves. There's no reason to believe that that's true. Finally, defendants have not provided the court with information establishing that the case will involve conflicting testimony that requires cross-examination by a skilled lawyer. Oh my. And they're completely capable right here. Shows that they weren't notified, Chizzy. I don't know. Weren't notified. No, they were notified. They just didn't respond. They thought it was beneath them to respond to these ridiculous allegations. How dare you accuse me of doing things? I'm sure. Why not? Why not? She's going to need it. She's going to need it to understand how she's about to be walking into the same pit. Yeah. Weird how that happens. Well, you have to do it before it comes spewing out of your mouth. Oh, please. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Judge. Well, I do. I know exactly what you need to do.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
An open letter to the courtroom sob squad. Subtitle, you fired your lawyer, missed your deadline, and now you want a free pass? Absolutely not. Dear Michelle, John, enough. Enough of the teardrop keyboard mash, disguised as legal motion. Enough of the we're just everyday people routine. Enough of these courtroom pity parties, parades that written like they were dictated through a Ring doorbell during a thunderstorm of delusion. Let her just file. Well, it's not a legal argument. It's not a motion. It's an emotional hostage note written in crayon, complete with excuses, misdirected, and the kind of factual bankrupt narrative that you usually hear right before someone tries to sell you essential oils and Timu stones and a reverse mortgage. Let's stop pretending this is anything other than what it is, a desperate, clumsy, last-ditch grasp for sympathy from a court you've disrespected at every turn. Well, let's start with the core lie. We're not attorneys, please forgive us. That would be almost believable if you hadn't already had an attorney. You did. His name was Bruce Bubbles Manskin, a man so allergic to following the rules he nearly got bounced from Florida bar just for showing up. What happened? Well, you fired him. You discharged your own counsel, the same guy who submitted screeds full of irrelevant whining on your behalf, and now you're acting like you're just two little lost lambs in need of shepherding. No. You set your legal representation on fire and then complained about the smoke. Don't pretend he was forced out because of harassment. He filed a motion with this court, Doc 126, that explicitly says he was fired. Not threatened, not broke, not afraid. Fired by you. That's on the record, dumbasses. You don't get to revise it now because you backed yourselves into a procedural corner and can't Google your way out. You want the court to appoint you counsel? Well, this is a criminal court. You're not entitled to free legal representation because you made bad decisions and can't stop typing like you're on day 3 of a Facebook breakdown. You're civil defendants in a case you chose to escalate with live streams, retaliatory court filings, and public smear campaigns. The court already told you this was not a complex enough to warrant an appointed counsel because it isn't. The only thing complicated here is how badly you've sabotaged yourselves. You admit there will be witnesses and experts, so let's get this straight. It's suddenly too complicated because you made it complicated. You turned this into a circus, and now you want the court to buy your ticket? You spent 2 years injecting chaos into this case like it was your personal soap opera, and now you want a government-funded stage manager to help you block your scene? Absolutely not. You don't get to light a fire, throw away the hose, blame the matchbook manufacturer, and then the court installs sprinklers. You blame your mental health, your child, and your plaintiff's videos? We've seen this song and dance before. Every time you're held accountable, suddenly it's someone else's fault. Your child is your shield, your stress is your sword, and Jeremy Hales is your all-purpose scapegoat for every mistake you've made since you figured out how to open the YouTube tab. Let's be clear. No one forced you to violate deadlines. No one forced you to ignore service. No one forced you to represent yourselves after firing counsel. You did that on purpose. And now you expect the court to pull you from the wreckage of your own incompetence? You're not victims. You're not overwhelmed. You're under attack. You are bad defendants who made bad decisions and now want to cry your way out of consequences. The real reason you filed this letter? You defaulted. The court saw it, and you're terrified that this case, the one you laughed off, stalled, sabotaged, might actually result in a judgment against you. So now it's time for crocodile tears, talk of mental anguish, and fictionalized tales of BBB's brave escape from the courtroom battlefield. You want sympathy? But you filed this letter after default, not before, not when it mattered. Only after the hammer dropped. You're not asking for fairness. You're asking for a do-over. And you should not get it. This filing is an emotion. It's a confession. A confession that you weren't prepared, weren't responsible, and now aren't willing to face what happens when the rules actually fucking apply to you. You built this legal disaster. You stroked every damn flame. And now you get to stand in that fire that you built around yourself. Sincerely, Shizzy Wisnut. Still here. Still correct. Still not here for your excuses. Watching you flounder like a grumpy in a bucket. Jeez Louise.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
I'm just having too much fun with this. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. Having so much fun. You know, and that's I can't say that enough. This is about having a little bit of fun. And I hope that you guys enjoy that new video that came out. Did it come out today? Yesterday? I think it came out yesterday. I always forget. I set those things up as reminders, and I'm like, did it come out? Did it come out? Because I try to catch them whenever I can too. Because I want to hang out there with you guys. Let me see. Did it come out? Oh yeah, there was an open letter that came out. And yes, oh it did. Yes. I played it for you guys last night, and I had such a good time making this. Oh, she's gonna be a millionaire. So much fun laughing at the stupid, so much stupid to laugh at. Yes, there is tons of stupid to laugh at. Yep, she's gonna come up with ways to pay $1 million. Mhm. Oh my gosh, I love this. You guys are awesome. Randy's reply to the court federal case one was really hitting me between the eyes. I actually have read some of it, but I'm gonna finish reading the rest of it. I might cover that tomorrow before Sunday Spice. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. That might end up having to be Monday. Just depends on what my work day looks like, because let's see, yesterday I did pressure washing, today I did more pressure washing, and tomorrow I'm doing iron straw. Yes, New Year. What days you on and what time? Angie, I am on every morning at 7 o'clock during the weekdays. So I usually start a stream at 7 o'clock unless I'm running a little bit late, which does happen. And then I do another stream usually from 10 to midnight on weekdays. Weekends I don't always stream except on Sundays. I do stream at 8 o'clock. Usually it's 8 to 10. And that's where I have all the most wonderful voices come on, like Fall Storm, Yamaha Biker, Dictionary Diva, and then I have special guests that come on, like Kaiser Pineapple, Welsh Lady Reads, and that's what I've got going on there. So yeah, I'm here all the damn time. At least that's what I'm told. It seems like I never sleep. That's what they tell me. I never sleep. I don't believe that for a second. I know that I sleep. I slept last night because I overslept for Friday FNL. Here we go. Let's check this out. I love this thing. I've only seen it like maybe 100 times.
Mac and Freeze. One's a washed up lawsuit with meat sweats. The other's a moldy sympathy sponge with a smoker's rasp. Both talk big, both got zero to back it. Back it. Mac stomping in like he's king of the clowns, flapping them gums like he paid by the sound. Lost a lawsuit to a noodle plate, now he's throwing subpoenas like cheap bait. Big man act, but the shoes don't fit, looking like he sweats gravy when he throw his little fits. Can't take heat, can't stand facts, so he hides behind filings and limp slap attack. Mac and Fleet, 2 scams, 1 stream, begging for bucks in a cracked up scheme. Mac and Fleet, no shame, no teeth, just barn door lies in a GoFundMe. Mac and Fleet, yes, bitchin' fake pain, fleas sounding like a cat in a cigarette drain. Mac and Fleet, yes, truth don't stick, cause they slick talk slow when they grift too quick. Fleas on cam, voice rough as bark, mouth full of air in a sob story arc. Barn condo blueprints ain't no bill. Just scam that money for a vape and a bill. Says she built a fence for the child's protection, but that cash hits snacks in a live collection. Posting like drama's a fashion brand with a smile full of gum and a trembling hand.
They ain't influencers, they're infection vectors with Wi-Fi. Every time they post, a brain cell dies.
Mac and Fleet, yes. Beg for relief, but never show proof, just grief on repeat. Mac and Fleet, yes. Blubber and block, their version of truth is a TikTok mock. Mac and Fleet, yes. Fake in the hurt, pimping sick kids in a live stream skirt. Mac and Fleet, yes. Burning goodwill, selling snake oil with an oxy pill. Max got core dreams, a snack cake arm, still flexing like the law don't do harm. He swings them threats like a leaky bat, but forgets the judge can smell the rat. Flea still crying over ancient beef while cashing in on secondhand grief. That rasp ain't trauma, that's a pack a day and a jawline that slid halfway away.
Mac fleas, you too are the cautionary tale they tell at barbecues. Don't feed the trolls, they say, especially when they come toothless, broke, and reeking of expired sympathy. You too are the cautionary tale they tell at barbecues. Don't feed the trolls, they say, especially when they come toothless, broke, and reeking of expired sympathy.
That's cool as heck. Yeah. Did I hear secondhand queef? No, expired sympathy. Hey guys. Yeah, that is fantastic. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it. No, it was fun. I wrote the song. And I wrote that, put it together and had that the video together in about just a couple hours. It was it was pretty fun. But I have another one. I have another one. I haven't released yet because I don't have a video for it, but I do have the lyrics for it. Thank you. Thank you. No, I do have the audio for it. And I put this together and I forgot that I had designed it in a very particular way. So I guess the best way to do it is to let you hear how I assembled it, because I was going back through some of my older stuff, and the only way that this would be appropriate, the only way that this particular one will be appropriate. So give me a second to pull this up, because I sort of got to put you in the mood for it. There's a special mood that this comes along with, and this particular one is going to be once you see it, you're going to go, oh, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense. So give me a second to get this set up here, because I've got to get the video up that prompted it, and you have to listen very close to the end of it, because that's where it matters the most. As I was putting this together way back, and it started out with Judge Minty Fresh. Okay. So, and once you hear it, you're going to go, oh, that makes sense. So give me a second. Let me pull up the video here, because I don't have these things right off the top of my thing. But whenever I put this one together, win songwriter for the decade, I don't know about that. I just do have some fun with it. So what I put together was Judge Minty Fresh. That was the original song. And let me get the other one queued up here because I want to make sure that I have it ready to go so you understand where it's coming from. And then once I've got it there, then it will all make sense. So you get to hear one song and part of another. Get into the it's in the videos there. All right, give me a second. Because I have to keep track of all this stuff because my brain is constantly like working and doesn't stop. It just goes on and on and on. So Judge Minty Fresh was what it started out with. And whenever I set this particular one up, it was for this video initially. Share screen. Let's do this. Actually, let me pull up the very original video. That's what I need to do. Pull up the original video, and then I'll share that screen with it. Yeah. So let's see, Judge Minty Fresh right there, and pause. So Judge Minty Fresh was the first one that I had going on, and then that one there. All right. So you're going to get to hear, and I got to share this properly. So if I don't share it properly, it won't work. Window and the entire screen so I can share the entire audio with you. Okay, window right here. Here we go. All right. So this is, nope, wrong screen. Stop screen. Present, share screen. Yeah. Window, entire screen. Damn it. There we go. Now it was me went all hog wild on this. All right, so this is the original Judge Minty Fresh right here. And what you're going to hear after that is the continuing of it.
Yo, I'm sitting on this bench like a stone cold statue, just chilling in my courtroom, letting time flow true. But here comes Bruce, that damn pain in the ass on a mission, storming in, kicking up chaos, breaking every damn condition. I ain't here to throw down, just here to watch the show. But Bruce's wild ass antics got my patience starting to blow. Every time he steps in, disrupting my peaceful zone, I'm forced to crack the gavel down cause he's out of line and overblown. I'm just a judge trying to sit back and observe, but Bruce got me pissed, ain't got the nerve to swerve. I wanna be like a damn plant, chilling quiet in my court as reckless ass disruptions make me slam his bullshit short. You loudmouth punk acting like you on the floor with your nutty ass posse. You think you're hardcore, I didn't sign up to play the hero or to throw hands, but your non-stop crazy antics force me to take a stand. You roll in with your clown crew, causing disorder and strife, but I'm here to bring order. Man, this is more than just life. Every rule you break, every line you cross drives me from chilling to slamming down your bullshit, showing who's boss. I'm just a judge trying to sit back and observe, but Bruce got me pissed, ain't got the nerve to swerve. I wanna be like a damn plant, chilling quiet in my court as reckless ass disruptions make me slam his bullshit short. Let the system ride smooth and calm, but you keep stirring up trouble like a poison in my palm. I'm forced to step in, even though I ain't in the mood. Your constant damn disruptions leave me no choice but to conclude. Now listen up, Bruce, this ain't your playground for games. Your wild ass behaviors got me calling out your lame claims. I'm a not a damn gangster, but you push me to the brink, forced to break your crazy cycle before I completely sink. So take your reckless ways and your posse of fools. Your reign of chaos in my court is breaking all the rules. I ain't happy to throw down, but you leave me no option. Justice gotta be served, and in your disruptive concoction, I'm just a judge trying to sit back and observe, but Bruce got me pissed, ain't got the nerve to swerve. I wanna be like a damn plant, chilling quiet in my court as reckless ass disruptions make me slam his bullshit. So here it is, Bruce, your antics forced my hand today. I didn't want to step up, but you made me play this way. From a silent observer to a judge who's had enough. Your wild ass disruptions end now, justice is calling your bluff.
So listen to the end. Listen to the end of this song. We'll prepare you for the next one.
Here it is, Bruce. Your antics forced my hand today. I didn't want to step up, but you made me play this way. From a silent observer to a judge who's had enough. Your wild ass disruptions end now. Justice is calling your bluff.
now for the second part.
Yo, step into this courtroom brawl where real justice stands tall. While you throw lame ass motions that just crumble and fall. Polymop's the name behind your crooked legal scam, but we see through your bullshit, exposing every sham. Bruce, you little punk ass with that honking nose, leading a cult of useful idiots who follow you like beaten dogs. Your weak ass legal tricks and your stupid self-made fame. We're here to shut you down and put your sorry ass to shame. Justice is coming hard, dismantling your fraud and lies. Your cult of useful idiots crumbles before our eyes. Bruce, screw your stupid act and your crew of freaks. We're taking down your empire. Your reign is over weak. Like you're some legal OG, but you're anti what the hell's dribble is a joke for all to see. Your proceedings are a scam, a pitiful parade of greed, while your nasty posse follows you, fulfilling every twisted need. Every motion you file, just another step in your fake charade. A delusional little empire built on lies that quickly fade. Your big nose leadership and your gang of useful idiots, we're calling them out, tearing them down, breaking all your dirty vows. Justice coming hard, dismantling your fraud and lies. Your cult of useful idiots crumbles before our eyes. Bruce, for your stupid act and your crew of freaks. We're taking down your empire, your reign is over weak. Every effing delay, every pointless legal play, it's just another notch on the list of how you stray. Built on greed and fake ass tricks, your empire's set to fall. We're coming with the real truth, and we're taking out it all.
And that's all you get, because the rest of it has going to be a video that you guys will get to see later on. So in the meantime, you guys get to suffer with just what you heard tonight. I know I'm a tease, aren't I? If you looked at this American Pickers case, I had no idea. No clue unless it's story making. Oh yeah, I'll look at all this. Correct me, am I wrong? Isn't McDreamy just a magistrate over this? Won't another judge set over it in trial? Well, under the magistrate is the one that's handling the case. Now there is a judge over him, and there's a possibility another one could set in over him in the trial, but they're going to go by what the magistrate says. His recommendation for things is what matters. And a lot of people have this misconception that, oh, well, he's not the real judge. I mean, there's another judge over him. If this judge is doing his job like he's supposed to do, then, you know, he could easily preside over it also. But we'll see. My speaker were rattling your shells. Awesome. Just looking forward to the finished song. Oh no, the song is finished. The song is finished, but you have to wait for the finished video. And the cool part about that is it goes into another song after that one. It's like a continuation of each song. So I did this intentionally, because what I wanted to do is put together a full album that each song would follow the next one and have the same beat, the same rhythm, the same tempo, the same push. And I strayed away from that because I came up with a whole bunch of other new stuff in the meantime of doing that just took precedent over it, because they were just having so much fun. Yeah, sort of like Dream Theater back in the 80s, you know. It's just he's remaking Quadrophenia. Get on it, 8-track in 2026. Yeah. Somebody asked me, they said, why can't I'd love to hear these songs on Spotify. They're on Spotify. Just search on Spotify for Shizzy Wiznode. If you don't like Spotify and you watch Pandora or you listen to Pandora, it's on Pandora. If you go, oh, well, I'm all iHeartRadio, guess what? It's there too. You go, well, I only listen to Apple Tunes. It's there also. Everywhere. It is out there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 albums now. I've lost track. I think I heard violas. Yeah, you might have heard a little bit of those in there. And I say this to everybody, you know, my stuff is out there. It's out there everywhere. It doesn't go away because oh, puppy's whimpering. My puppy, he's having little puppy nightmares. Oh, I could hear him in the background going, oh, well, yeah, I can still hear him. He's doing little whimpers. Oh, so cute. He's having little puppy nightmares. He's back here just whimpering. It brings joy to my heart because that he's an absolute little sweetheart. I mean, he's the little Tweenie, and he can't help it. He's just getting those little. Oh my gosh! Oh man! Oh man! Well, I'm going to send all of you wonderful people over. If it's open, it is not open. I was going to send all you fine people over to go watch a little bit of the Ricada stream, because that's where I'm going to be going. But because I can't, I'm going to send all of you go over to see the baby goats. Go see the baby goats. Baby goats are happy. They'll be happy to see you. And you show them some love. Give them some thumbs up. Throw some coinage over there. Make the Valhalla awaits feel welcome. And everybody, have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. That's how it goes. Peace, y'all. Happy Easter, every single one of you.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, and I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental plane. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow. We'll see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.